Yo, what's good, everybody? How are we doing today? So, um, I know that I said that I have pretty much given up streaming and everything into that relations, but um, there's been a little bit of a opportunity here, if you will. Um, as you see, my camera's shaking like hell because my kids are running upstairs. It's a little bit of an opportunity here. If most of you who do or do not know, um, I love Pokemon Unite, right? So I had a buddy of mine in his Discord for What a Goal, which is a Discord that basically is a mirror image of another one. The Unite Squad. There we go. Couldn't think of what it is, but basically they decided that why not? Let's try a podcast. So what we're gonna try to do here today, um, we're gonna do what we call OnlyCrams. Okay. This is our OnlyCrams podcast. This would be episode number 1. We'll get more into that when Goose gets on. As of right now, it's just gonna be myself. He seems to be running a little bit behind, which is a-okay. No worries for that. So what I'm gonna do here is we'll hang out, we'll chat a little bit. You guys get to see a little bit of the new room, all the vibrations with them running around. Just give me one moment here. What we're going to do in the meantime, while Goose is getting ready to hop online, we're going to head on over. We'll play some Pokemon Unite. You'll watch me rage. This game is very, very rage-inducing. I like it, but I hate it. I really do. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'm also all moved in. I'm all squared away. Let me see. I have one person online. So basically, anyways, the general idea of this podcast is just going to be talking about Pokemon Unite, state of the game, how we feel about it, certain topics, kind of like wish lists, of Pokemon who should come in, what needs to be changed, what's the culture, just a whole general thing. But with the added ability here, we are going to play while discussing this. So you're going to get a little bit of mix of an actual podcast with a raging inducing type thing. So it should be pretty interesting. I have here I have over here. Let's kick it over. I think it's this one. It's been a while. Yeah. So I have a friend here, Micro Molten. Also, this would be our actual host, Goose. So, for those of you who don't know, there's 3 different types of modes. Ooh, I can actually shift this over. I don't like that right there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's much better. I prefer that over here. Because I don't like that. Anyways, so there's 3 different modes for those of you who haven't played. If you guys are new to the game, you have quick matches, which are like 3 to 4 minutes long. You have standard, which is meant for anybody and everybody. Right now we have 2 different types of maps. We have the normal map, and it's the same layout, but it just has ice type Pokemon and stuff like that. So nothing too crazy. It's a nice, refreshing change, though, from just seeing the same thing over and over. And last but not least, you have ranked. Ranked is the hardest thing. Right now you see me currently sitting at Masters at 1626. Basically what it is that for every win you can get 9, 10, 11, or 12 points, depending on how wide this ELO is. ELO over there, the 1626. So if they're up in the 2000s or 1900s and you guys win because you beat a team or a group of guys that are way higher than you, it'll be much better. So it looks like hitting Y. It looks like Goose. Hello. I see we're in the general chat. Would you like to?
Nice little rundown of the game.
Yes. I mean, I haven't streamed for quite some time, so I figured I'd give a little bit of a rundown.
Yeah. Just busy getting things set up.
Perfect. The one thing that I did want to make sure here is I don't think I have Discord on the desktop audio again, because it crashed, so I don't think the thing's saved. Oh, no, they can hear you. Cool.
Excellent.
So, for those of you who don't know, right here, we got some Discords here. So the original one is the Worthy Ones that I was a part of that helped me get to affiliate. Great group of guys. They show a ton of support as long as you show support as well. And then the What a Goal is basically a kind of like a branch almost of that. It's just strictly a Pokemon Unite type podcast. Goose over here is the host of this podcast. He's going to be doing the ins and outs as we try to play. I just wanted to take a quick second and say, hey Goose, take a look at the rankings.
Oh, good stuff. Where are you at? I'm gonna check the rankings. I'm 16. What are you?
1626.
Son of a gun, we'll see in a polite.
So, for those of you who don't know, which is probably everybody, Goose and I have this ongoing brotherly rivalry where if he beats me, he gets higher. Because that's what it is. Is it not? Listen, my goal yesterday was to try to get past Geo, and he was he was only like 20, maybe 20 points ahead of us. And I was like, you know what? Blue-eyed kitten, hello, how are you? I thought this is where I could take it. And then I'm like, you know what? I've played almost all day. I'm just going to stop. And then here comes Geo this morning at 1712. I was like, wow, he made a hell of a push last night. So, so how are you? I'm doing well. So this is going to be a very interesting type of stream. We're going to be trying to do a podcast while streaming, while playing, all different types of things.
Yeah,
so
I think when we get into it, chat is going to be, or interaction with chat is going to be fairly minimal.
Correct.
We'll do a little opening as well. So yeah, I'm just getting my talking points up here, and we can go from there.
Perfect. I also did put a OnlyCrams Podcast section in the What a Goal, and under there is a quote-unquote recording studio.
Oh, so maybe we should switch over to that then.
All right, we can definitely go there. All right, so now we're in that recording studio. So yeah, I mean,
I'll be.
go ahead.
Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Fucking 2 seconds. I just got back from cleaning my mum's car.
Yeah,
I didn't give her the car key back, so I need to go and give her the car key.
all right. So while we wait for that, Blue-Eyed Kitten, I'm doing very well. Basically, all settled in. This is probably going to be like my first actual stream in the new house. It's been very, very tough. I have gotten a new shift, so I thought I would have more time, but here I don't have enough at all. If you see the camera shake and vibrate, it's because my kids are running around upstairs. There's not much I can do about that. But yeah, so today, like Goose and I were talking, thank you, appreciate that on the new house. Yeah, so this whole setup was totally different, obviously. I do not have my own space as of the current moment. As you can see, that one, that's the kids' corner. There's the couch with all the downstairs living room. So I'm basically right out in the middle of everything. There is an upstairs where the kids are currently. What I'm hoping, and this is going to be, I don't know how far down the line, but a little while down the line. You see that right there, the little line that goes straight back and then it comes across there? That's actually a basement. What I'm hoping to do is create like a little wall, and that'll be my area. Hoping. Not sure how it'll be. This is going to probably be a little bit down the line, but we'll see how everything goes.
Okay, so I'm back, ready to go.
We're ready to go.
What do you say we jump into it and start off with a little intro?
Sure, by all means.
Okay, so this is going to be pretty cringe because I've not done one of these before, so we'll see how it goes. But okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello, folks. Welcome to episode 1 of the OnlyCrams Podcast, Pokemon Unite podcast for all your memes and joy. With me, I have the lovely Tsnydes28.
Hello.
Myself, I am X_Goose, King of Salt. How are you today, my man?
Oh, we're doing wonderful. The morning warm-up match was absolutely pleasant. Starting out calling jungle, getting 3 people invading, and then immediately 3 people AFKing. Couldn't be much better.
Excellent. Yeah, you can't really get much better than that, can you? So, I also had very similar warm-up games. I tried playing some Cinderace, and it just went badly. So we'll just go from that. We don't want to dig too much into that. So I think since this is the first episode of the podcast, we'll give people a little rundown of the format. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to chat some shit whilst we play some Pokemon Unite games, and try and be informative and educational as well, whilst we try not to lose our minds whilst we're playing some games.
Correction, well, I try not to lose my mind.
Well, it was the royal we, as we say in England. So yeah, we can dip into the first game. You're the boss this time, so.
Oh. All right.
Currently, it is the 16th of January 2022. We are in Season 2, getting close to the back end of Season 2 of the game. I can't remember the patch that we're on.
Oof.
I think it's like 1.3.1.7.5. Something
Jeez.
along those lines.
The fact that you have something of that nature in your head is quite amazing.
I made it sound really good.
Yes, you did.
I pulled that number out my ass. So, well, what I thought we could talk about first is as our very first topic is the state of play with the game. Where do we think it's at in terms? Because obviously, you know, when the game was first kind of talked about and advertised and things, there was a lot of pushback because people didn't really like the company that was doing it. There was people saying there's not really room for Pokemon MOBA, but then you also had people who were very much on the scale of there is room for Pokemon MOBA, and it could be huge. And as of today, we've had, well, not today, it was a couple of days ago now, we've had announcements that the game is going to be present at Worlds, which is a big step towards it becoming a proper esport. We have some huge teams with the likes of TTV, and we also have some pretty big content creators as well, with Sproggles and Crashy and Kaijus and things like that. So yeah, it's where do you think it's at? Where do you think it's at?
So as a competitive state, I think we're at a good point, not the best, because obviously I think they need to do a little bit more to get that game exactly where they need it to be. I think one of the biggest problems that we had was exactly what you stated. The buffing of the Rotom and actual Dreadnought confusion is a really big confusion point for a lot of people. But once we kind of iron a couple of more things out, I really think this game's going to be in a good state. Oh, hello. Speaking of being in a good state, they stole my Corfishes. And Steeny's coming to go steal my other one. So let's transition into this.
Because we talk about the state of play of the game. And we talk about the game being in a good place in some respects.
Back up.
There was quite an interesting tweet by Peak, I believe it was.
Yes.
And Pokemon Unite seems to... Oh god, I'm gonna die.
Yes, you are.
Dead. Okay. Perfect timing for this comment. Pokemon Unite seems to be the only player base that is getting worse over time.
It's actually quite amazing to see this.
Because the issue invading jungle and things like that didn't seem to be a problem.
No, it didn't.
In the first season of the game.
Yeah, no, and I agree to this point, because it seemed like that people were very new, so they kind of stuck to what they knew. As where the player base now is starting to get more experience, more comfortable with how the game is played. So instead of trying to stay within their means and their lanes like most of us do, there's a small section of this that is just like, well, I'm going to get my levels as fast as possible so that I can carry the team, and I don't care who I hurt in the process, whether it be the whole team or just this one jungler or a laner. It doesn't matter in my opinion. So this is absolutely correct. The worst state of Pokemon Unite is all about this. The Sludge Bomb build. Interesting.
Hey, I'm running a Sludge Bomb build.
I see that. It's really tough. So primarily for me, I'm a jungler. I can... Oh, hello. He's going to get me here. I'm going to need help.
Oh, sorry, man.
Nope, I'm down.
No, sorry.
So my primary functions are being a jungler. I excel well in the jungle. I also can lane, but with Dragonite, he definitely needs to scale a lot faster than everybody else in order to really take the game over. I was also kind of the same way with Greninja, but it seems that everybody, it's not one, it's not two, it's almost every match. If you're playing jungler, you're gonna get it stolen.
It's almost an epidemic at this point, right? It's you can't. I don't know. It's really weird. I mean, Sproggles just put out a real good video talking about jungle, and so people should go and check that out because it is very informative, and it talks about what junglers should be doing and what people shouldn't be doing to not help their jungle. But yeah, so you mentioned something just before there, which I want to touch on, because I think it's ultimately had one of the biggest impacts on this game, aside from any kind of new character, was the jungle, the Rotom buff.
Mm-hmm.
Because up until the Rotom buff, and again, this is something that Spraggles made a video about, a very insightful video, which I would recommend people go and see. Up until that point, I feel like the player base had a bit of an idea.
Yes, absolutely.
There was kind of a united purpose there. And I feel like that purpose is no longer there, because people don't really, I don't know, ooh, quite a nice snipe there. People don't really know where they're supposed to be anymore. It's just so strange. And I think after that initial confusion, it's just kind of turned into people have just lost all semblance of what the MOBA is supposed to be. And that is, in this particular MOBA, 2 lanes in a jungle.
Correct.
And you're supposed to stick to those roles, and you know, obviously there is changing things up, and you're not always going to hang around there, but for the most part, that's where you want to be, and that's not happening anymore. And it's
double kill.
Really, it's really frustrating actually, because I don't know, people just, I'm gonna have to pop you an eye here. It really takes away from the enjoyability of the game.
And you know what? And I'll be the first person to admit this. This is my first quote-unquote MOBA. I have not played League of Legends. I have not played Dota. I have not played any of those.
Yes, I'm the same.
So
it's not as though the rules are complex.
No. And, oh no! Damn.
Oh, you stole that.
Yeah, I saw that coming as soon as I popped the fluffy tail.
Yikes. Well, that's unfortunate. But yeah,
I'm down.
It's quite an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is my very first MOBA. After playing the tutorial, the general concept is very, very easy to understand, but very difficult to master.
Yes.
It's definitely one of those things where we got 2 rotating jungle, gonna get pinched, hopefully. I'm gonna hop in. The general concept of it is just like, okay, you're gonna have to go into this area, try to gain experience, and then you level up as fast as you can to help your teammates out, right? That's very easy. All in the meantime, while you're trying to get some knockouts along the way and trying to put points in the goals. It's a very generalized statement, but it's very, very true.
Like easy to learn, difficult to master.
Correct. You know, every character has its ins and outs, its ups and downs, combos, hidden abilities, the whole 9 yards. So it just baffles me that it's hard for one individual or multiple individual, I'm not sure at this point, to just say, hey, we want to just go ahead and screw the pooch. I just want to steal jungle, steal everything I can. I don't want anybody to get anything of this nature, whatever the case is. I just don't understand what people's thought process. I mean, they feel like they're trolling at certain points. We also need to start heading to Articuno here.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, so it is definitely a weird one. But to put a spin on that, because at the end of the day, we don't want to be complete Debbie Downers about this.
Oh, they got it. Oh!
No, your boy's got this.
He's learned how to snipe. Venusaur's gonna backdoor here. I'm gonna go down, so I'm just gonna try to take somebody with me. I'm down. Never mind. Cinderace getting 50. Venusaur 50. 26.
Audio-only listeners there, I absolutely killed it.
He got lucky. Stole it. Okay, so do we score all of us? Because we have 3.
We got a few in there.
All right.
But yeah, so to put a bit more of a positive spin on things, the game is arguably also in its most exciting place since it's come out, in some respects. Because we have these issues that quite obviously need to be fixed, but it's also backed by arguably one of the most successful MOBA companies of all time. The company that was responsible for League of Legends, which has endured so much. Obviously, I know very little about League of Legends apart from the fact that it's been around for a very long time. And also, it is one of the biggest gaming franchises in the world, Pokemon. It's one of those things that it's almost too big to fail.
I think that's the other thing which gravitated a lot of people towards this game and made it so exciting, is that it's finally an Pokemon overworld where you actually get to use the Pokemon.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very interesting. And we're starting to see more money coming into things now. We're seeing lots of tournaments. We're seeing, again, it's now in Worlds, which is crazy. After only 6 months, but it's just over 6 months now. But it's not been out for very long. And we're already seeing it in Worlds. We're already seeing big names coming into the game. So we saw a big advertisement with Lily Pichu. We've seen the likes of Amaranth, Wolfie VGC are taking part in a thing next month. So yeah, it is exciting. And sometimes you've got to look through the murk to keep your head above water and see that. But speaking of how we can improve the game, we're on the verge of another update, right? It's coming soon because we've had an announcement for the next new Pokemon, which is Trevenant, which we'll discuss after the update, I think. But we've got the new update, I imagine, coming at the same time as Trevenant. So what do you think you'd like to see with that next update?
So we're definitely going to need some balance changes here. I think Dragonite, as weird as it sounds, is in a good spot. If you get him behind, he's really bad behind. If you can get ahead, then he can be really good ahead. Serena, on the other hand, is a absolute monster. It doesn't matter if you're in a 1v1 or a 1v5, the survivability is just unbelievable with this Pokemon. And I really think it needs a nerf. Whether it be to the damage or the recovering aspect. I think I'm going to go top here to split those two up. But I think if we get a balance update and then maybe a little bit more clarification on which objective is more important, then you'll kind of see what the meta was beforehand. But I'm not 100% sure if that's going to happen. I mean,
so I definitely agree with you on the balance changes. Again, I don't think my only issue with Dragonite is because it's become kind of, you need a Dragonite on both teams to an extent. If you want to compete at the team fights, because the charged Hyper Beam that can wipe a quarter of the Dreadnought's health is insane. With Fluffy Tail and things like that. So it's the shield for Dragonite, I think, is the problem.
Yeah,
that's the only problem that I can see, because
so what Goose is referring to is potentially the double shield. When you ult with Dragonite and you have a buddy barrier, you get a shield. But then when you go to score, you also get a shield from scoring. So it's a double shield, which makes it extremely difficult to break. So it's one of those things where I guess the reduction of it would be a good choice. I agree. I can tell you right now that the oh, I stole that one. I don't know how. Hold on, I'm sorry. trying to battle a stacking Serena, and that's not going well.
When does it ever go well?
No, yeah, not at all here. Yeah, oh, I hit it with the water gun, didn't push it. Okay. So, where was it? Oh, the shields. So the shields is one of those things where it's like, if you nerf it a little bit, I mean, you're going to have to nerf the item. I don't think you're going to have to nerf the shield itself in the Unite.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, you have like Wiggles who double shield in their Unites, and people haven't really worried about that too much.
Well,
If you can hear my kids in the background, I apologize.
no, it's all good. So as part of my update on the wish list as well, as part of my wish list update, I should say, I have a few mons that I think need changing.
Ooh, as in.
I think. So just talking about the balance changes,
Mhm.
last one on the topic of balance changes. I think Dragonite Shield, now that we've kind of got that over with, I think Dragonite Shield needs to change, big style.
Sorry.
2 seconds. I've not really given a shout out to chat here. So chat. Sorry, me and Tsnydes have come up with the idea of doing an OnlyCrams podcast, and I will edit this little bit out. But whilst we're talking, I'm going to be slightly minimal. I have seen me and I've seen Nitro there. Thank you both for popping down. It's really appreciated, and I hope you two are doing well. But we are going to have just a quick chat, probably for about an hour, another 40 minutes or so. But yeah, good to see you again, Nitro. I hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you.
Also, Nitro, congratulations getting into Masters. Let's see that.
Oh shit, Nitro, you hit Master. Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations, well done. Yeah, so anyway, with balance changes, I think the shield with Dragonite needs to change. I think the shield with Wigglytuff definitely needs to change. That is a big thing, because we have tanks and we have supporters, right?
Yes.
And currently Wiggly is the best tank in the game despite being a supporter.
That and Mr. Mime are definitely, well, I feel like Mime's kind of like depending on which one you use.
In the game.
Yeah, I mean, his confusion is just so good.
But again, I think that's something that needs to change. Because I think the barriers work really well, but it's just too much being able to slam against those barriers. And then I think, who else have we got that needs to change? I think there needs to be a shake-up with a whole load, like Garchomp and Gengar. They just do not work. Gengar has been reworked, Garchomp has been slightly reworked as well. And I don't think they have as much of a place as they should have. And I mean, we're going to cycle through metas, and things are going to be viable and not viable in different metas, and that's going to change throughout the years, which is fine. But at the same time,
Nice.
It's just such a shame, because they're two favourite mons that people aren't getting to use right now because they don't work.
And you know what? It's kind of weird that they have not given Garchomp any love. They have literally just tossed him to the wayside and kind of hoped that he just is bad.
100%. He's just been completely left. And yeah, so I think that's some big changes. I think also something else that needs to change is so I think they're the main things that are coming to the top of my head right now in terms of builds. But in terms of the actual game, I think again you are spot on with talking about the objectives. There needs to be, because the player base just can't figure it out. Because ultimately the crux of the objectives isn't really the objectives themselves, it's the team fight, right?
Correct.
You're not providing much if you aren't there for the team fight. And people just don't get it. So either communication needs to improve, or
Charizard backdooring.
There just needs to be some clarity around that. Something needs to change in terms of objectives, because it's just not consistent enough, I don't think. The player base doesn't know what it's doing in terms of objectives.
Agreed.
So maybe those objectives need to crop up at different times, so there's like a slight delay on the rotation. But again, that kind of takes away some decision making in the game. I don't know, but I think something definitely needs to change with the objectives. And then for me, I don't think this is. Again, I don't. So I think a lot of these things we're not, talking things that aren't known within the player base or within some sections of the player base. Things that are well known. We're talking again about matchmaking.
Right.
I think it's improved. I really like the change from taking like 2 seconds to find a game to now having to wait, I don't know, 30 seconds to 2 minutes. I do not mind that change at all if we get more competitive games. But again, we're not getting those competitive games because
I think
it's too easy now to rank in Master.
So
it was too difficult previously, but now I think it's too easy.
So let's allude to that. So they went from giving you, I think it was 3 to 6 points per win, and then when you lost, you would lose roughly a little bit more. I think it was anywhere from 6 to 5.
Double.
Yeah. So
quite a lot. It was a 2 steps, 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of deal.
Right. So they basically, what they did is they made an update and they swapped it. All right. Just a pretty quick analysis here. They did make it easy. Instead of you having over 50% win rate to be able to get into Masters, you can now have a 48% win rate and still get in. They did make it a lot easier. Why do we have somebody surrendering?
This definitely needs to change as well.
Yes, this needs to change, because if you get butt hurt, this is where things are like, okay, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Did I steal? Oh, I didn't steal that. I thought I did.
So yeah, there needs to be some more separation between the classes. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm like the best Unite player ever, because I'm not. I'm a fairly average player, but I definitely think I'm better than some of the people that I'm coming up against.
So, okay, so we alluded to the changes here. What I think an alternative are Dragonite's AFK. He's just standing out there. Come on.
Okay.
So here's another problem, but we're gonna get to those later.
We're kind of running into like several talking points as we play the game.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do right now, and it's just like, I'm down. So, what I feel like they think they should do is they should shrink that gap. So currently in Masters, you can play people in Masters. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Okay. Yeah, we call this one.
Yeah, this is. So what they need to do is shrink that window down. So if you're in Masters, I feel like Masters should play with Masters and Ultra. So it's good to help you guys out. I like being able to play and help out, like, Blasian, who just got to Masters but had that struggle to get there. The games aren't easier, but it seems like there's a big cluster of everybody there. If you shrink this window, the skill set of people knowing what they're going to be doing on a consistent basis, it's going to be higher. So if you're, say, let's just use Masters for examples, right? You can use Masters, Ultra, and Veteran. I think if you shrink that just to Masters and Ultra, things will get better. But again, you also get the people that get carried from beginner to Masters when somebody makes a Smurf account. So maybe limiting the amount of accounts might be something that would help. These are all ideas that I'm just spitballing off the top of my head. I know that'll take away the playability and kind of like the challenge for things, but
interesting. I do think that is potentially a problem. Definitely. However, where I'm talking about is in Master itself. Mm-hmm. So even players that you are playing against in Master, because obviously once you get to Master, that's great. but then you have this different ranking system, right? You no longer have stars. You have like an elo or what's the other term for it? Basically, you get a rank. So as you can, anybody who's watching the stream now can see mine is 16, 17. Which again, I think is for this season is a fairly average player. It's nothing too exciting, but I'm no scrub. Debatable.
We all have our dirt moments. You know, eject butting into walls, double teaming into a barrier. We've done it.
Check out the clips. But yeah, so we have different. Within this, we have different ranks, and I think there needs to be some separation within these ranks. So again, you know, I don't mind helping out and playing with players like veteran players and stuff like that. I think that's great. However, I think this this ranking should be indicative of you should, so for 1600, for example, we'll take that as the baseline for an average player because that's probably where I think that I'm at. I think you should more often get paired up with other average players in roster, and then if the algorithm or however the matchmaking works is struggling, start to throw in some veteran and some ultra players. And then if you are, I don't know, if you are now 900 elo on master, you should probably be playing with other players in the likes of great and expert, because if you have, particularly in this season, because you lose so few points, I think you should probably be playing at a lower level. And that's not, you know, that's like, because you are going to enjoy the games more as well, because you're probably going to be losing less.
I agree.
Yeah, I appreciate that's maybe, I wouldn't say controversial, but maybe it's people, because, you know, we're all kind of like nicey and everybody wants to play nice and stuff like that, but at the same time there has to be some separation there, right?
Yeah.
On a skill level, and maybe it's the ranking system in this just doesn't reflect skill level properly. And again, I'm not talking like I'm the best player in the world, but you see people like Crashy, who is, I think, Elo 2000, right? Much better player than me, and he's being paired up against 1,100 players. And that's not going to be fair for him, and it's not going to be fair for them either. Because if there's a 1,100 with a bunch of 2,000s, then they're going to get wrecked, and they're not going to be enjoying it. Potentially, I'm saying potentially here. You know, it's not like I'm saying every 1,100 is scrub. You know, there's different circumstances there. I'm making sweeping generalizations.
Right, and I can definitely allude to this because there's been times where I've gone on massive losing streaks. Whether it just be bad games. We have Zera Aura now stealing jungle, so it looks like I'm going top. So here's a great example of what not to do in the game. But there's been times where I've gone on a massive losing streak and felt like this game is just literally trying to keep me at 50%. It's one of those where I like the idea of playing with people my ELO. I also really think that, again, it's just one of those things where if you can shrink that skill set and that level down, it's gonna help things out so much more. I would not be opposed to waiting a minute and a half to getting a better ranked match with people that are within 30 points of me. And if there's not, then, you know, so be it. But I do like your concept. I do like the fact that you can do that. I just think...
I mean, yeah. I'm talking like I know what I'm doing. I've got no idea about game design. I've got no idea about setting up servers or anything like that. So I'm talking more as not even a disgruntled player, because on the whole I really enjoyed this game. Just somebody who has higher opinions than he probably deserves to have. We'll go with that. So it's weird. There definitely needs to be some kind of change there.
Yeah, I think if you get a bunch of character rebalances, you kind of tighten up the ranking systems a little bit better. the game is going to become a lot more enjoyable because you're going to have better matches. You're not going to have teammates just trying to be, you know, trying to censor myself there, just try not to be idiots and muppets to steal jungle. Like example of what literally just happened for those of you who are you went down. For those of you who are actually watching on the Twitch stream, maybe there needs to be a generalized, like, I would like to call this lane, and then it kind of blocks you for a certain period of time so that you can't invade it. But again, that also takes away from the Japanese meta because they just strictly do the well, I can't say strictly. They do the greed and invade
and things like that. Yeah.
So it's really weird.
It's definitely one of those things. It's just weird, and you know, we're like, you know, classic two white guys on the internet blathering on like we can fix all the world's problems. And it's just one of those things, right? There will be a fix at some point, and it will not come from us.
Well, we're gonna get. We have two up top, Cinderace and Slowbro, so this is not going well.
Yeah, we got ganked on the bottom there.
So just a fair warning with that. And they're
So
trying to
speaking of
break
the
this
Japanese
zone.
meta there, this is something that's kind of started to fascinate me, and how different the meta is on different regions. And I must admit, I can only really describe two. We've got the Japanese meta, and I'm not entirely sure how that separates out to other Asian countries. Again, sweeping generalizations and whatnot. But you have like the North American and the English meta is very similar in terms of if you're playing a 5-stack, which is a whole different ball game from solo queue. Then you have a Lucario, or we're increasingly starting to see Serena up top, soloing the top lane. Then we have a pretty strong jungle, and then we have 3 down bottom, usually a support, 2 supports, or a support and a defender, and then a ranged attacker, which at the moment is Pikachu, because Pikachu is pretty boss down on that bottom lane. But the Japanese meta is fascinating. So again, you might be able to help me on this because I'm not entirely clear. What we're seeing is a Greedent player running through the jungle, running straight through the center, and then into the opponent's jungle, and starting to delay their jungle's farm. And I'm not entirely sure, do they sacrifice the top lane? So is it solo on top lane?
It's literally been, and I've had multiple, ooh, that hit me. I've had multiple things. I've had Greedent invades, I've had Talonflame invade, I've had double invades, triple invades, the whole team just literally just negating everything. I've literally had a handful of everything come my way, so I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's just the invading aspect, because I mean, if you think about it, that tactic's extremely beneficial. Let's start this Dreadnought here.
It is, but it's so from what I've seen in the Japanese meta, it's primarily Greedent, because Greedent is
he has the survivability. he has the survivability and the escapability to basically just have fun. I've done it once or twice, not very well, but I've done it, and it's unbelievable to see, like, oh, I have a Dragonite breathing down on me, but it's okay, it's not gonna matter because I'm gonna just go eat some berries and run away.
Yeah, it's a very, very strange concept, I guess, because again, you know, we've seen the North American meta dominated by Lucario going up top, and
oh no,
you know, previously it was only Lucario that could do that. We're starting to see Serena in there a lot more as well now, because of that survivability. And Lucario had insane snipe potential, and Serena can just heal for days, which is why you see that. And it's just a very, very interesting one. I don't know. It's strange how those two different methods have evolved, and to me it's very interesting to see how that's going to change over time as well, particularly with Trevenant coming in, because if we look at the North American meta,
we're now going to get our first leeching defender. As before, they're not really defenders. So
no, they're more about the CC and stuff like that. There's not
right.
It's to different levels. Like Mamo is probably one of the best. Snorlax. Mamo's one of the best in terms of like its area effect damages.
We got a Slowbro up here.
Yeah, you've got the freezing and the earthquake and high horsepower and things like that. Yeah, and then it's just going to be interesting to see how it switches it up.
Very nice wipe there. I'm gonna go back over this.
Nice. So I'm quite excited about that.
So, I know we usually are gonna allude to this later, but a member in our chat, Blasian here, he says, "What are your wishes for the next patch?" So, I mean, we're kind of on that topic now, so I think this is kind of like a good time to. We got 4 coming in bot. I'm pinched. Yeah. I'm just gonna run, and I'm dead. Never mind. So we lost. We have 100 going in.
A minute and 20 left, and they've not taken Articuno.
It's under a quarter, and it's gone.
Okay, now we've lost.
You know what? I'm gonna be that guy. I want to see this played out.
Snide.
Yeah, I do. Dragonite's coming in here up front. If we can get a double, like, I mean, that's what, 100? I mean, they've put away a handful of points here. All right, I guess I should have just said no.
Well, it's okay. We're busy chatting about things. It's fine.
See, these are the games where, like, I'm in my zone! Come on! All right. So, there's a couple of things. Wow, I only had one kill. That sucks. Anyways, there's a couple of things that I think need to change for the patches. The next patch note, I don't really. I mean, we kind of alluded this a little bit earlier with having balance updates.
A little bit of a talk, but I don't know if I kind of dominated that. So if you've got anything else that you want to.
I mean, at this point, I think I think everybody's in the same boat. I think we all know what we need. We all need to have a little bit of a balance update. We need to have, whether it be a nerf or a buff or whatever the case is. I think that's more the issue. I
think the main one for me is the balance shakeup, because we've seen very similar tactics across the competitive games, right? And it's kind of, I don't want to say stale. Oh, we just hit level 40. God damn.
Wow, you're just 40 now?
I've just hit 40 now, yeah.
Oh. Also, if at any point we could potentially get our stacks in here, I see that we have Meep on. Blasian is currently
Blasian and Nitro. So if you guys want to jump into some games,
I was gonna say we could 5-stack here. What we're gonna do though is, and this is gonna get hard. Goose and I will stay in our chat, and then you guys can go to the different chat after we're done. We'll join you.
Well, what I was gonna say was, we've kind of gone over a lot of the things. So I think we've got some things for next time. If anybody else has any other questions, we can wrap up with some chat questions. Again, anybody from Tsnydes chat, we can talk about any community questions, and then we can maybe jump into some 5-stacks and actually play some games.
Excellent. So I guess I have a question, and I already know your answer, but I want everybody else to get that creativity juice flowing. You have over 900 Pokemon that you can choose from.
Oh, okay.
Which one
I like where this is going.
Are you going to pick for the next Pokemon to be introduced into Pokemon Unite? What's its role? Meaning a attacker, supporter, defender, and then potentially, if you can narrow it down quick enough, what type of moves.
Okay, so we can maybe make this like a weekly segment thing, because I think about this quite often. If we cancel this one, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've just had one from Meep there, Staraptor Speedster. And I think, Meep, I like Staraptor, but I think you are incorrect with Speedster. I think Staraptor needs to be an attacker or an all-rounder, because Staraptor is bulky as hell. It's close combat, brave bird, those kinds of things. It could be quite the tanky bird. But for me, my wish is it's something that's a little bit out there, a little bit in with the memes, and I've kind of got a moveset built for it. I want Cricketune as either a range or a physical attacker, like an up-close attacker, because we don't have that many. In fact, I don't think we've got any up-close attackers. And I want a Fury Cutter that actually builds, so you can have it's either its attacks build and you stack an attack on, or its cooldown shortens every time you use it up to a certain point, and then it runs Grass Whistle, something along those lines, something that slows, or maybe it's like aromatherapy, so it slows the opposing Pokemon. So maybe it's a speedster, so you get in aromatherapy, Grass Whistle, whatever, slow the opposing Pokemon, and then you wail on it with Fury Cutter.
You
get out.
It's interesting. I do enjoy that. I just don't know if... I think if you're going to go fan favorite, I don't think you're going to end up going with Cricketune. I think what would end up happening is that they're going to go with a Leafeon, because it essentially has the same type of moves. Because it has the Fury Cutter, it has Leaf Blade, it has, I think it has Grass Whistle or Aromatherapy, or... But I do enjoy that, because I agree with you. We need a Pokemon that can get up in the face, take some hits, exchange some physical damage, and kind of stay in there.
Particularly to counter an all-rounder like Serena, because Serena does that already. Like Serena it's in your face, it's it's throwing those kicks, it's standing on you, thank you mommy, that kind of thing, right?
Agreed.
But
Agreed.
It needs a counter, and it needs something that can go toe to toe, potentially a ranged attacker that maybe doesn't have the survivability but can whack out more damage. And that's what I imagine that Cricketune is.
So I'll give you mine. I'll give you two of mine.
Okay.
Now, we have a Pokemon very similar in the game right now as Gengar. I feel like this Pokemon would kind of be the same thing, but as you were saying, something like that can be a long-range sniper that can just hurl obscene amounts of damage, but if it gets flicked, it's gonna die. And it's still that holds true in the Pokemon games themselves. Alakazam with a like a psychic or a Psybeam or something like that, with being able to do such a big amount of damage, like Calm Mind, Sylveon type style, where you Calm Mind into a Psybeam and it just obliterates things from long distance. But if you get somebody that gets up close into you and taps you, you're going to take a large amount of damage, almost like a Decidueye, really.
Okay,
You could do that.
You have the ring.
Hear me out.
And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
As maybe he's running like a trick room. So you have an area of effect. And this could be huge at team fights. And it flips your like attack and defense stats. So you have it is Trick Room that does that, right?
Yes. That does speed. It lowers your speed. But for this game, so you could do that.
Yeah, you could get right in there. You could do that at team fights. You flip the attack and defense, and if you run in a proper stack, like most people, so this would kind of come into play in like a competitive. like a competitive thing, right? So you could potentially have Wigglytuff with a really high defense, or something with a really high defense, starting to throw out huge bits of attack, but then Cinderace can no longer do anything. And it would make people think. I think it would be quite fun. I think it would get really annoying. Like, I'm talking, yeah, this would be great fun for the meta, and then you'd actually play it and you'd just be like, oh my god, never want to see Alakazam ever again. But it would be interesting. I think interesting is the way to go.
Yes,
I do like that.
I think the other way that we were talking about, getting somebody in your face, take some damage, something like that. I still think one of my personal favorite Pokemon would be Electivire. Imagine having like a wild charge in your face with a Thunder Punch, maybe hitting and slowing him down. Being able to take that type of damage is, and what's great is that it can be a 3-stage evolution, because you can do Elekid into Electabuzz into Electivire. So it's not like it's going to be a one evolution, just absolutely
be a late game powerhouse.
Yeah, something like that. Almost like a Gardevoir and Mammal, what they were doing.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there, because we've got some people waiting for us for a 5-stack, because we don't have anything else to do on a Sunday. So thanks, folks, for listening. Hopefully we can make this a bit more of a weekly thing, because I quite enjoyed this chat. Where can the lovely folks find yourself?
Well, thankfully everything's pretty easy. TikTok, as much as I don't post there, I'm there. Twitch, everything that you can think of, Instagram, Facebook, everything is Tsnydes28. Very easy, very simple. What about you, Goose? Where can we find you?
So I am slightly more complicated. Everything is X_Goose. However, I throw the capitals around in there a little bit, because apparently Goose is a popular name. Who would have guessed? So Twitch is X_all lowercase Goose. Twitter is X_G Goose. And then you can find the rest from those places. So yeah, thanks folks for having a listen. Do let us know what you think, and throw questions our way as well. It's very much appreciated. And you can also come and join our What a Goal Discord, where we can have more Pokemon Unite discourse and throw out some names. Throw out some games, sorry. I'm too busy reading something on screen. And we will see you lovely folks next week. Okay, sorry everybody in chat, Nitro, Blasian, me. We'll jump into
We'll jump into 5 stacks is what he's trying to say here, now that we're gone. Okay, so now I'm left alone here in the recording studio while everybody's here in the 5-stack.
I'll be on stream.
All right, so
I'm fine.
I was fine with that.
yeah, so same thing with you guys are all good with that being on stream then?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I kind of do it anyways for my stream, so I don't.
But me, what I meant with Staraptor being bulky, I mean, it's not like in games, but when you think of bird Pokemon, Staraptor is like the big, beefy.
That is true. That's what I thought you were going to go for, more of like, not stat-wise, but more of, it looks like a big, beefy mon.
I definitely go stat-wise.
Like, if you want another speedster, you throw in Swellow, right?
People were saying that Blaze can be a speedster now. No.
If anything, he'd be more of an all-rounder.
Yeah.
And Sea Blazer can be in a speedster, but it's...
And the thing is, like, Staraptor is actually less bulky than Talonflame.
What, stats-wise?
Yep.
That's quite interesting. But yeah, I think, because it's got, like, particularly, like, when you think about, like, the anime and stuff like that, and you've got, like, it's close combat and Brave Bird and all those kinds of things. What do people want to run, by the way?
Yeah, I was like, you started it. We need to talk
Yeah.
about
I mainly just run Talonflame and Greninja. So,
All right.
You already know what I'm running.
Because we don't have a top.
I can
Blasian's running Mamo.
I can try Serena Lucario top. I mean, I could try it.
Am I guess
Do-
I'll go tough.
But are we going to run a 1-1-3 or are we going to run a 2-1-2?
Maybe.
I mean, I hardly see 1-1-3s is the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh, but our previous match we had a tree on top me.
Well,
That was.
you did?
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
the
you
game,
know that
yeah,
it's because the jungler went up top early.
yeah,
So
the-
flesh
no, no, he came in. He came in like at in Gengar mode. Like, yeah. I want
Yeah, but-
Chandelier to do it, but it would be funny.
Yeah, we could do 2-1-2. I think that's a good start, and if we need to change it, we'll change it.
Okay. It maybe saves because we haven't really practiced with a 5-stack here, so.
Dude, I want Lux Ray.
We should probably do a standard for.
Yeah, that's.
You wanna do
sounds
standard?
better.
I can cancel it. Do you want to do a standard?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Should be fine.
So we're gonna go bully some kids, are we?
Yes.
We're gonna show him who's
I
boss.
don't know.
We need
For
a
the
horror
content.
Yeah, for the content. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Sounds good.
You know what'd be
Man.
funny though? You know what'd be funny though? If they bullied us.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
yeah.
Don't even say
No,
that.
no. Don't
I mean,
don't
it
start
probably
that.
it,
with
it
you.
Wait,
could
wrong-
happen.
wrong-
It definitely could happen because we're not very consistent with each other for 5 stars.
Snide, wrong map. You gotta go to the ice one.
Oh damn it, Snide, fix it.
God, see, this is why I'm not the leader. I'm the follower. This is why I always pass everything on.
You're not getting anyone in Zapdos matches.
I've been playing. Well, and that might explain why I got like 3 bot matches in a row. Because I went into the regular match, and it was just like, oh, here's a bot match. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, by the way, here's another bot match. We can't find anybody in this map, so good luck. Like, oh,
I
okay.
just realized what level Brave or Talon much braver.
My whatever reason, my Switch was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna go to sleep for a second," and I was like, "Wait, what happened?"
I just randomly said Seraptor, but I really want him.
I want a Pokemon that you can literally choose the evolution and then it changes, like kind of changes. I feel like they
So-
could definitely go for an idea like that. So then it's more of like,
Polymorph.
oh, which way can I go? So then that way, for like which way will help with the team or like the team during this specific point in level.
If they do that with the EVs, they can make a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that
EVs.
would
You can
make
do
me-
the Slowbro, who's already in it. Slowbro, Slow King. You can try to
That would
add
make me
like
super happy.
Yeah,
Poliwhirl.
I wish they would have like at least a split for certain Pokemon that were like, hey, they have their evolution line, and you can kind of choose midway through, so then you at least can maximize what you really want. You know, like for Slow King, it switches to, like even then it could probably even try switching for roles too, which would be interesting.
Definitely.
Like for
I think I'm gonna get-
Slowbro, if he switches over to like for a Slowpoke, and if you're like midway through, like, oh, we need more damage than this, switch to Slow King.
You know who I think would be cool in this game?
What was that?
Darmanitan.
No,
Manitan I would love. Holy shit.
you could go
Well,
Galarian.
which one? Which one? Alolan or regular Darmanitan?
No, Galarian.
Galarian, sorry. That's what I meant.
Alolan,
Alolan.
yes.
Okay.
I mean, I personally like the normal one better.
I do like the normal one too.
Hey, there we
I
go.
feel like that's a good Unite move. It switches into the Zen mode,
Oh yeah.
Mm.
and then
if
just
we're bowling in casuals, I'm gonna try Snorlax.
Okay, I am going to go.
For
I've been trying to
okay.
practice some Cinderace, so I'm going to play some Cinderace again.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Alright, so
You know, I feel like
Who's
I
going away?
trust my Wigglytuff skills.
Me, Putrator.
maybe.
Taking my leafy boy from me.
Don't worry, I have the good item.
You've got a good idea.
I have good items.
Oh, you've got good items. I run good items, you
You run-
young whippersnapper.
What do you run?
I just run Focus Band, Muscle Band, and Body Barrier.
uh,
Yeah,
Venusaur
really good
Thunder
items.
then.
Pretty standard Venusaur build.
I don't know what the fuck build that is.
What are you running on it?
Let's see. I got Energy Amplifier, Shell Bell, what's that?
oh, Bell, that's rare.
Shell Bell
Yeah.
just keeps me alive. You could drink, it's too easy.
I used to run Shell Bell, but I got warned off it because it had a cooldown on it, so it wasn't running as smoothly as it
It's not
could.
even that big of a cooldown. Maybe
Yeah,
it's a-
Did that get nerfed? Did that get
Oh.
buffed though recently? Like in the recent patch with Shell Bell one that
Yeah.
got buffed? Okay, because I used to run it like
Well,
in the original.
wow.
Still a good idea.
OCDDP with the party of
I think
7.
it's just one.
Wow,
it's just
thank
people,
you so much
the
for
people
that.
say it's not a good item, or the people
I
that watch just the
greatly
meta and be
appreciate
like,
that.
Oh, I don't see it often, so it's
Wow.
bad.
It's like a.
Let's do this.
Oh man, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
It's not like we got
Um,
like 5 masters in here.
Nope, I'm ultra.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Welcome on in. So for those of you who don't know, this
You'll
is
get
going to
there
be
one
the
day. I
this
got
is like
there,
the
that means
first
there's a chance for you
podcast
too.
episodes for
You got there with me
for
carrying
myself
the
and a buddy of
towel.
mine, Goose. We
And
basically
two
just
master accounts here.
oh, come here. Got him.
Midson is
Oh,
like
yes.
third or fourth now,
Um,
right?
Basically,
No.
we're just having fun now. We just got our 5
We
stacks
have too
up.
much time for this game.
So we're just gonna have fun
I
playing some
chased
games.
down that mime. I
This
don't
game
care.
is just too easy.
Mib's ready for.
How are you?
for,
Thank you. I will
votes.
give you a shout out here in a second. I appreciate
The
that.
vote.
Ah!
Yeah,
My
there,
bad.
dude. I got you, mate. B's coming in 10.
So you'll be able to hear everybody else on chat.
I got this. I'm gonna dunk.
Ah.
I didn't
I'm
even
gonna-
realize you were just playing Rowlet.
All right, let me.
Have to
I
dip
think
that
I
nitro.
think they would. Would you think they would add
I got
Arcanine?
you.
Arcanine? I don't
Oh, Hacksaw, my guy. Thank you. Hi, welcome in, everybody. How you guys
Maybe it's
doing?
the Hisuian version when Legends of Arceus comes out.
Ooh. Who's getting that? That's the real question.
Oh, I'm getting that, definitely.
Oh, I already got pre-ordered.
Oh wait, the
I'm
Legend
getting-
Arceus? I'm getting a
I'm
day
getting
release.
the
Let me
Part of it.
open up here
Oops,
the
I'm gonna
Discord so
sleep
I can unmute myself.
Yikes. I'm
I'm
gonna
talking
die
about
here.
Unite.
Wow. All right. Yeah, Blasian, by the way, this ice and just me picking them off from the back line is just fun.
Oh yeah.
You guys having fun with that up there?
Yeah, Blasian's just throwing ice and slowing him down, and then I'm just staying back and just throwing as many razor leaves as possible.
Nice.
Yeah. Me and this
Me
Mr.
and
Mime
me.
have beefs. Me and him have beef real quick. Hey,
Good.
get over here.
Here, I'll slow him
Get
down.
over here.
That's
Alright,
kind of
man.
all you need with Decidueye, right? You just need a front line just to make it.
Yeah, I just need a.
You need to make it sort of actually live.
As long as it can live, it's decent.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
As long as it's
All right, mine's up in the grass.
I'm gonna die here.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, there we go.
This is a very brave Rowlet.
Oh
yeah,
man.
you just got-
Eject, dude. Eject button. He was so dead.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll rotate bottom here.
Right.
Get him, me. Nice.
I'll just do my best to stay back.
They all just up like flies.
I need to ask Tilsy what does he run on his Decidueye because he plays a mean Decidueye. So
Wait,
it looks
Dress
like
not even up yet. What
I have
the
3
heck?
up here. I have 3 up here. I'm just
yeah,
letting y'all know.
just don't worry about it. We'll melt this.
Kelsey's just good at the game all round. Like,
Actually, I should probably just go to
That's not wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
Kelsey's
I
an
tried to
absolute
hell out,
beast at this
guys.
game. But
you guys can
you
get
know,
that.
people keep forgetting.
They're gonna
Kelsey
start it.
played at,
It's Cinderace up top, so just careful.
we're on our way.
If I have my ult, I can just kill everything.
I'll
right
hang
now.
bot. It's fine.
Kelsey used to play at like,
It's
he was
at
like top 30 in the VGC
quarter.
as well.
I'm not gonna get there in time.
Yeah, but I can kill everything in part of it.
All
Help
right.
you out, dude. Get out of here. You need a heal.
I have to get.
All right. Thank you all.
We've come to help.
Thank you for the help.
Cavalry has arrived, and oh come on, this is not where you want to be, buddy.
Bam, nigga.
There we go. Okay. Sacrifice myself a point.
Oh, no.
I'm caught. I'm caught in between a barrier and a Cinderace. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, you were in a really bad spot. I saw that, and I was just like, there's nothing I could do about that.
All right.
They had to eject button away from me.
I'm on my way back down Nitro.
I'm up top.
Hey, I don't want to go in there.
I'm almost got my level 9. Let me get this core fish. Oh wait, hold on. There's bears. Bears beats.
Oh my god, get out of here, Dragonite.
Stealing my
Yeah,
lines. Stealing my
Yeah, really
lines.
issue.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Oh,
We got
I need help.
Venusaur coming in
I'm gonna have to pop my Unite.
up
oh,
I'm trying to
here.
get my 9 real quick.
I'll hit down.
Okay. Oh crap! I I have to remember if it's Mr. Mime or Wigglytuff, I need to make sure to always use Earthquake instead of high
you're
horsepower.
hanging bot, right? I gotta get my ult first, so we middle.
Oh, he pushed. You know what? I'm not gonna ult there. I was like,
Okay, on
Bring
my
it back.
way. I'm coming.
oh, hello,
Coming.
hello. I'm dead.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, this
Also,
is.
Meep, I thought you preferred solar beam and
Sludge bomb.
sludge bomb.
Getting up?
I did, but we found out something that made everyone on my website change our idea of it.
The Giga Drain is the best build.
Yeah, because solar beam's damage.
that's so beautiful.
Has a cap. Yeah,
Aw.
main reason being is because solar beam has a cap on damage.
All right, come on, Nitro. Let's get this. Oh crap!
Go,
The
guys.
max amount of damage it can do for solar beam is 2,000.
Got it in.
Can't do more than that.
Ah,
It's in.
Got it in,
Oh
guys.
no, I died. Oh, frick.
I'll pop mine in
Oh,
there.
that's because the Decidueye ult just shredded me.
That's all right. We broke
Oh,
the
you-
zone.
Same.
It cost our lives, but we got it.
Fine.
I didn't. I thought I would.
Dude, that's why I love high horsepower. It's like, objective needs to get inside.
They're right there. They're right there.
There's nothing we could do. We're all trying to respawn. Hold up.
Wait,
Someone's in
Nacho,
the
you're
jungle.
running
The
Leo?
Situa's in the jungle here. He's
Yeah,
about to get
I'm
wrecked.
Get
I'm
in.
for
I
that.
chose the
I'm
wrong
going for that
place.
mine.
Oh, come here. Damn you.
Mine.
Venusaur.
Mine.
Everyone pushing Rotom was a bad idea.
Nah,
It wasn't
I'm not fussed about losing those
terrible.
zones
We,
right
bought,
now.
we broke their second goal. If we can get the next Rotom, they'll have to answer to it. Hello, Frozen, stay.
They don't really have to. I mean, if it's already coming, they don't need it. Good.
Alright, we don't need to push this hard. We should probably.
No,
back
we don't.
Yeah,
But-
back out.
Goose.
up. Goose got blended.
All right. Rotate for this dreadnought down here.
Found my ult.
Oh,
Cinderace. Oh yeah. I'm gonna run here. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna hobble away.
Ah,
I'm gonna go heal real quick and coming back.
Yeah, I'm just
Keep an eye
gonna.
on it. Yeah.
They're attacking.
how's it
Mime's
looking?
coming
Is it
in.
Oh, it's dead.
Yeah, I'm dead. He ulted on me.
Excuse me.
Clearly, this guy is
Dragonite
not
was
my
this
main.
one.
I can't tell
have
you how
time
much I
for
hate him.
We need to get Rotom.
Bro, yeah,
I also have an ult ready for
Oh shit.
Zap here.
I got you, mate.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Asian, did you just throw a mate out there?
Mate.
It's very British of you.
Whenever I watch British YouTubers.
Are you guys
Got me.
keep them posted? I'll melt this.
You're gonna get in the way first.
Get him.
you-
Get him.
Oh hello, this is where you're dead.
Watch out for Dragonite ult. Good
Yeah.
job, boys. Good job. Let's just dunk these in real quick. Let's just dunk these
Let's get this one
dunkaroos.
together, Blasian.
Go.
This is a cute little date.
This is
So-
Find me.
going out on the town.
I'm just casually walking in.
Yep, that makes two of us. Just the two of us.
I'm gonna.
We can
yawn
make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Yawn.
I'm dead.
Bottom.
Well, we put in 100 though. 100 each.
Oh, you should, you did. Everything must suck.
Yeah, you just
Want
soloed
to
a
leave me
Dragonite.
live. They didn't want me to live at all.
Just the
Alrighty.
two of us. You can make it if you try.
Dude, we're gonna get DMCA'd.
The two four-legged beasts.
I know, seriously.
And then the anthropomorphic rabbit.
I'm
I'm ruining the vibe, I'll go.
We got two up top.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Coming.
I'm gonna get walloped.
Decidueye saw us and said nope.
I was-
somebody.
Thanks.
Look
Nice
at
job.
that.
Oh, I'm so dead.
bro. He literally just did that.
All
the whole
right.
test. That's
So
it.
basically, what I'm gonna do here is I greatly appreciate everybody for coming on out.
Cinder,
Holy shit.
solo.
I'm good.
I'm gonna send you over to somebody. I don't know who. I don't know where. I don't know.
Yes,
Let's see if anybody's streaming. Doesn't look like anybody is.
Try to score or something? See in the bush?
It doesn't look like my my raid
Nah, we got
is
that.
going here. Does anybody have anybody that they would like to raid?
Now we just gotta do that in ranked.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Because I would definitely like
literally woke up,
to.
I was like, oh man, I was like, I really want to go back to bed. I stayed up till 1 a.m. and then I just saw Goose's Snide stream. I was like, fuck. All right.
You said you were gonna join the stream.
So
They brought it up and I was like, oh right, I did promise that. And I did state when. I did stay like I was like, I bet you it's gonna be like 9 a.m. that they're gonna start on my time, and they did.
basically, yeah, what I'm gonna do
Yeah,
here is I
mine-
want to kick everything
my,
over to somebody else. The
Oh, you
it's
run in
really
potion as well, Knight.
it's really hard to
Ah.
kind of decipher from streaming to the 5 stack, the voice chat, the whole 9 yards. So basically, what's gonna happen is that we're gonna do
Are we
a
gonna go ranked
podcast
this time then?
every.
I'm down for that.
We're gonna do a podcast every Sunday morning.
Are you getting precious about your elo there, me?
We're gonna definitely try to do what we can to.
Man, it's not that bad.
We're gonna try to do this as a regular thing. So if you guys like Pokemon Unite talk,
It can be
you
gained
want to
again,
be
that's the whole point of
around
using
in
it.
the chat, please feel free.
can always use
We'll be
your
doing
fifth
this
ult.
every Sunday morning. Hopefully, it'll be 8 or 9 my time, Eastern Standard Time.
Don't be a bitch.
Uh,
Just lose it and
so-
then gain it back.
Guys, thank you so much
It's
for
the
coming
best
on out. I
comeback
greatly
story
appreciate
ever.
that. Hopefully, I'll see you guys next week. Have a
Lose
great
it
one.
all.